wrestling fans once again to the hottest Midwest wrestling show in the nation. I'm Capital City Kyle, and you're watching Minnesota Wrestling Superstars, and we've got a fantastic show for you here today. We're starting it out with a cruiserweight matchup. The MIW Light Heavyweight Championship is on the line as Johnny Parks takes on champion Robbie Thunder. Let's go to ringside right now.
Well, there he is, the MIW Cruiserweight title, and he has got certainly his hands full tonight. Kyle, not only is he taking on his opponent in Johnny Parks, but he's got McCoy Counterfeit, and now JB Trask sitting here ringside as well.
That's amazing odds to have to overcome, I agree. Robbie Thunder coming over here now, looking styling, new haircut.
Look at that geek. He's a geek.
Of course, Robbie Thunder's been on quite a hot streak since winning that MIW Cruiserweight title.
And as we said, Kyle, this is his hometown crowd here.
Why
He's
does
had a
this
lot of
belt say
success.
women's champ?
What's your name,
Knock it
fat
off.
boy? Excuse me. Whoa, 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 whoa. McCoy Counterfeit?
No. Shut up, no.
I want to hear you all make some noise. I want to hear you all back there say counterfeit, 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 counterfeit.
No.
That's right.
Well, we're just waiting for your tag team partner to get in the ring. We can
Oh,
start
I
this
thought
match.
we were waiting for a response from the audience.
Now, you and Johnny Parks have been forming up a tag team recently. You wrestled in Big Lake. You wrestled against the Commissioner in another tag match. What do you think of your tag team partner?
We're undefeated, aren't we?
I believe that's correct.
I do too. You believe that's correct, Christian?
Are you undefeated?
I'm undefeated.
Hey, I'll buy that. Whatever you say, man. Just stay on that side of the table.
You don't like me.
All right, we're just waiting for him to lock up.
We are here at the main event, Fridley and Kyle. We know about the history of independent pro wrestling here in the northeast part of the Twin Cities. For so many years, Ropers and Fridley, the one and only place to see independent wrestling in almost anywhere in the state of Minnesota. We are back here in the
Johnny
northeast.
Parks is quick.
Can I finish? I'll throw you a line or two if you want, JB, but you got to let the anchors here work.
That was a closed fist. Did you see that?
He hit him with the clothesline.
It was a closed. You saw it. It was closed, right?
It was a close line, yes, sir.
He hit him.
Should I use this mic?
No, that's the house mic. Well, we're going to try to make our ways through this one, ladies and gentlemen. Christian Dady along with the myth, the legend, Capital City Kyle coming back for commentary here. And we just started out and already JB Trask has pushed you aside.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight for the mic here.
Bamboozled is a funny word, isn't it?
It might be, sure.
A funny word.
We've got a lockup here. What do you think your partner's going to do here?
Just give Johnny time. He's in a mental state. He's feeling him out. He'll get this thing underway, and I predict a victory.
Well, you can say what you want, JB, but since the start of this match, it's been all Robbie Thunder.
Blah, blah, blah. How can you work with this guy? This guy's a blah, blah,
He's
blah.
excellent.
He's the fountain of useless information over there. That's what he is.
Speaking of useless information, you mentioned Ropers and Fridley being the home of action for so many great years, home of great light heavyweight action when we used to see Sean Waltman, X-Pac taking on Jerry Lynn. We've got top cruiserweights in there now. Of course, you remember Johnny Parks is coming off wrestling world-renowned Takumi Kanoku on Monday night on WWF at the Raw taping.
Well, we know about Johnny Parks' history. We know about his family history, obviously, and it's very obvious that he's related to JB Trask. You can see it in his look. You can see it in his wrestling style. We've always said it about JB Trask that he doesn't go in there to hit you scientifically. He goes in there to beat you, to hurt you, and put you down for the 1, 2, 3.
Whatever it takes to win. That's the rules in this game. Whatever it takes to win.
That's always been the Trask-Parks family motto.
A big splash there by Robbie Thunder, following it up with a suplex.
Look at the strength of Robbie Thunder, keeping him up there for what seemed like ever and dropping him right on his head. And you can say what you want, JB, but again, it's been all Robbie Thunder since the start of this match.
Well, of course it has. Like I told you, Johnny's just feeling him out, finding out what kind of moves he has in his repertoire. That's a big word, repertoire. And
second rope, there he goes.
Robbie's dues will be paid.
And we can't rule out that wild card outside the ring, the wild several decks of cards. Nice roll up there. That could do it. Retains it.
What wild cards are you
two.
talking about? What wild
Now, is there
cards?
some new association between you and McCoy Counterfeit?
I have no association with him whatsoever.
And what's he doing here at ringside today?
Hopefully McCoy will have an aneurysm before this match is over.
What him and Johnny put together, that's their business. That's not my business. Where'd Robbie go, Christian?
Well, you see him. He's
I
down
don't
right in
see
front
him.
of you.
Are you going to be able to keep from interfering in this matchup?
I never have to interfere. I've never interfered once in my career, which has lasted about 16 years, by the way. It's quite a career, isn't it?
It has been quite a career.
Don't look at me that way, Christian.
Now, blatant cheating
Where?
by Johnny Parks choking
Well,
out
now,
Robbie
come on.
Thunder.
Here we go. We knew it was going to happen.
Johnny
McCoy
Parks
Counterfeit
isn't
getting
cheating,
there
that's
with
the
that
counterfeit McCoy.
tie of his. And this, I don't know if this is a girlfriend of McCoy. I got to believe it's not his girlfriend.
Well, you can see plain as day that the referee has a crush on her. Otherwise, you know, he wouldn't be sitting there talking to her. He'd be paying attention to the match.
Gorgeous sidewalk slam there from Johnny Parks. And again, that's a family trait of him and his relative that's sitting right next to us. Those quick, out of nowhere defensive and offensive maneuvers, we saw that for so many years from J.B. Trask, and it's obvious that this family member of his that's in the ring right now has that same trait, Kyle.
You're right, Christian. Now, Robbie Thunder, though, coming back with a couple of great kicks and a high-flying knee, taking Johnny Parks down to the mat and a cover.
Kick it.
1,
Turn it
2.
tide. Just a count of 2 from the referee.
Okay.
Now getting back up to their feet, McCoy Counterfeit standing up on the ring apron. We're probably not going to get a clean break, and we don't. No real surprise there, Christian.
I don't understand what McCoy's doing right now. He's distracting the referee. Oh! Well, there it is. That was the reason for the distraction. And McCoy Counterfeit, you know, maybe he's been studying at the knee of Mortimer Plumtree because he's got all his tricks down pat. Ah, jeez.
A modified X Factor, and it would seem Robbie Thunder's in a lot of trouble now.
We better get him some aspirin quick.
Johnny Parks takes him back to the center of the ring.
Johnny Parks, not the biggest wrestler, but that's why this is the cruiserweight division. But he's got that speed and he's got that power for a guy his size. You see how hard he punches.
Taught by the best, Christian. Taught by the best.
Here comes Robbie Thunder again, misses the splash that time, and he's caught up on the ropes. He better get out of there before McCoy comes over and interferes some more.
McCoy hasn't interfered yet.
Great back suplex. Johnny Parks is firmly in control of this one now.
Well, look at that look in the eyes of Johnny Parks.
Nonchalant cover, though. Makes it very easy for Robbie Thunder to kick out.
Now, McCoy complaining to the referee that it was a slow count. Johnny didn't hook the leg. Why didn't you teach him to hook the leg, JB?
There are reasons for everything, Christian.
Now Robbie taking him over with a great clothesline, and they go
That's
into the crowd.
Disqualification. Robbie threw him over the top rope.
I think momentum took him over.
Top rope, or is
So-
that not a rule here?
It's only disqualification if it's intentionally thrown over the top rope. It was the momentum that carried both of these wrestlers over. Now, once again, you see McCoy Counterfeit sticking his big fat everything into the corner.
And now he's coming over here again. Robbie's got to watch out. He's smart keeping Johnny Parks in between him and McCoy.
You know, McCoy, we've seen it. He won't hesitate to get involved in his man's match.
I think he's trying to get a phone number here over here, the ref, Christian.
I agree with you, Kyle. It looked like maybe they've already
what-
went to the date of where
What-
they're going or what they're having for
What
dinner.
is she doing out here? I know that McCoy, some reason,
He's got to be paying her.
well, he's got a managerial license. I don't know what cereal box he got it off of, but does she have a managerial license? What? Come
Oh,
on! What
This
the hell?
Low blow.
She kicked him in the...
The crowd goes crazy for that.
She kicked him into Little Robbie's and a DDT later. He's prone on the mat. Come on.
Johnny
This
Parks
isn't
with the
fair.
cover.
No. It can't end like this. Oh, come on. Wait a
No,
minute.
2 count.
Wait a minute.
That's a 2 count. It looked like it was over, but
Ref saying
Robbie
that was
Thunder
only
got
a
through.
2 count. That was very close
It
to a
looked
3.
very close. It was only 2, though.
That's because Johnny Parks don't need to win that way.
Usually I thought your motto was win it any
That's
win
what you
any way
just
you
said.
can.
Win however you can, JB.
Who said that?
That's what you said at the beginning of the
I didn't
match.
say that. I'm losing it.
I think so. Too many of those matches with Horace the Psychopath.
Too many chairs from Horace, too many garbage cans from Lenny, too many tables, Jerry.
Johnny Parks going up top. High-risk maneuver. If he hits this go, it's got to be a... No!
Oh!
No, he was going for that Benoit-style headbutt,
Johnny's
but
gonna
Robbie
be like
Thunder
me
got
in
out of the
10
way.
years.
Oh, he took out McCoy.
And the crowd goes crazy for that too, and who can blame him? Now Robbie Thunder could finish it off here. No!
Nice defensive maneuver there by Johnny Parks. He saw him setting it up. Was able to lift him up and over, and there's that big knee to the face. And outside the ring, I don't know if our cameras caught this, but Counterfeit just picked up a chair in the ring. Robbie sent him up. Nice power bomb. That's got to do it.
Cover. One.
Referee out of position,
two.
though.
Kick it.
No.
Oh, come on.
You have to believe if the ref had been on the right side there, he would have won the match.
Well, that's the inexperience. We've got some young referees as well as some young wrestlers here in MIW. They're just learning the trade also.
This has been a great matchup so far.
Johnny Parks telling the crowd, this is it. Another DDT. That's the third DDT in so many minutes delivered to Robbie Thunder. And again, Parks going up top.
Well, he didn't have much success the last time he went up there. It doesn't look like he'll have much more now. Oh!
Robbie
That
able
should
to
be
hit the ropes.
disqualification right there. Low blows should not be allowed in this.
He didn't even touch him,
Don't you agree?
JB.
Well, Robbie's been hit twice down there.
Oh, yeah,
Robbie
look,
hangs
there,
him
look.
up. What's he going to do here? Oh, well, now there's your low blow.
That's not
There's your
fair.
low blow, but the referee didn't see it. He
That
was
was
out of
nice,
position.
Bob.
Robbie picks up the chair. Oh, and he nails McCoy. He nails Counterfeit. I love it.
Did you hear the sound of the crack of the chair on his back?
There you go.
Oh, it looks like, wait a
What the-
second.
Now that's a good
That's a bad,
referee.
that's a horrible call. He didn't hit
What the?
Johnny Parks, he hit McCoy.
That's right.
Wrestling made its long-awaited return to the main event in Fridley just a few weeks ago, where that great matchup took place, and we will be back on July 14th at 3 o'clock for the bell time. Another fantastic MIW show at the main event in Fridley. We hope to see you there. Right now, we're going to go to the main event from that last show at Fridley as Lenny Lane defends the MIW Heavyweight Championship against Big Daddy Hoofer. Well, everybody a little out of their element tonight. Mago thinks he's the referee. Lenny Lane thinks he's the ring announcer.
And apparently Big Daddy Hoofer thinks he's a heavyweight contender.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but you did a fine job of pointing out the obvious. Christian Dady along with Capital City Kyle, we're here at the main event, and you're watching Minnesota Wrestling Superstars. And we got a great matchup here tonight. This is the first time I believe we're going to see Big Daddy Hoofer and Lenny Lane here in the state of Minnesota. Quite a matchup.
We know Big Daddy Hoofer, of course, is one half usually of Cruel and Unusual. He is not normally a singles wrestler, and Kyle, you got to figure that that's going to be a detriment to him. Usually he's used to working half a match.
You're right.
Making those quick tags in and out. He is going one-on-one with one of the best wrestlers ever in Luscious Lenny Lane.
Lenny Lane, a former WCW Cruiserweight champion, as everyone well knows. Big Daddy Hoofer, as you mentioned, a former half of the tag team champions of the world, has been wrestling here in MIW in singles matches the last couple months. Mago making sure that all the rules are well understood. I'm sure they won't be applied with Mago as the referee, but at least they're understood. And Big Daddy Hoofer can't wait to lock up. He's really been trying to make a name for himself lately, though he might have bitten off more than he can chew in Lenny Lane.
Well, Mago gave an extensive looking over to Big Daddy Hoofer. Now we're checking out Lenny Lane and maybe checking him over a little too well.
I think they're just both playing mind games with Big Daddy Hoofer right now. Hoofer ready to lock it up and get started, and the champion, the MIW heavyweight champion, Lenny Lane, just taking his time.
Well, Hoofer knowing this might be his one and only chance at a heavyweight title on the independent. Of course, he and his partner in Cruel and Unusual, Lord Egan Xavier, have held several tag team champions in different promotions around here. and all over the upper Midwest, but he, just like anybody else that gets into this sport, wants to hold that heavyweight singles title.
I thought we were actually going to have him, little
We all set?
encouragement by Mago.
Well, I don't, he's over. Apparently, he's giving some advice to Lenny Lane, and Kyle, you and I know that the referees are supposed to be impartial.
I don't think we've ever seen Mago be impartial. Of course, he's taking the place of the injured Terry Fox, who was hurt in the last match.
Well, after about 10 minutes of stalling, all in the part of the referee, we're finally underway here in this heavyweight titles match.
And Lenny tries to go right to the outside.
Well, Lenny Lane is not only a master of scientific and power wrestling, he is a master at the psycho. You know, so much of this sport is mental. It's called the game of human chess. And if that's it, if it is a game of human chess, then Lenny Lane is the king.
I don't want to say anything against the courage of Lenny Lane, because we have seen him go against some of the top names, not only in the world. Here in Minnesota, of course, he won the title with a little help from Mago and Styx from Mitch Paradise just a month ago.
Of course, Lenny Lane, formerly a cruiserweight champion in WCW, lost that belt to Psychosis. I believe that was in Rio de Janeiro, wasn't it, where he lost that belt?
Yeah, I didn't even know he was a world traveler, but he got to go down there for one night. Lenny now, great right hands. Well, of course, Lenny has fought in Japan. I shouldn't imply that he hasn't been around the world.
Well, here's where the inexperience of Big Daddy Hoofer as a singles wrestler. Oh, wait a minute!
Oh!
Just as I started to talk about the inexperience of Big Daddy Hoofer, he makes a great mental move there, getting out of the way, forcing Lenny Lane to post himself.
You can really just see the intensity in Big Daddy Hoofer's eyes. I can all the way from over here. He is really fired up. Ooh, a great submission hold by Big Daddy Hoofer. And a bridge, look at that. Stretching out those arms, trying to get Lenny to tap.
Well, maybe the inexperience of Big Daddy Hoofer is going to work in his favor, because it's possible, Kyle, that Lenny Lane is going to take him lightly here tonight.
I couldn't agree more. Lenny thought he mentioned in his ring introduction that he wasn't taking Hoofer seriously. Called him a strapping young buck, but said he was going to be outclassed. I don't think Hoofer obviously thinks he can win, though.
Lenny Lane was not scheduled to defend the title here tonight. He was sitting back in the locker room, and Hoofer asked for a title match. Lenny apparently gracious enough to provide it, but like we said, maybe taking him a little bit too lightly.
That's the great thing about the MIW Heavyweight Championship. It's defended at almost every card. Oh, flying shoulder tackle by Big Daddy Hoofer.
Great drop kick.
Cover, come on, count Mago.
What the hell?
As he prances over. 1, 2.
Well, I don't believe this. Mago intentionally out of position, and it took forever to get over. We could have had a new MIW champion there.
Now good go behind by Hoofer. Reverse Russian leg sweep. Hoofer looking to... Oh, he's going to go for the super kick already. That's one of his famous finishers, along with the splatter platter. Whoa, there you go.
He nailed it.
That could be Lenny's in the middle of the ring.
Hoofer, cover him, man. You got the title won.
Up to the top turnbuckle, high-risk maneuver. I agree with you, Christian. That could have been the win. Oh, he hit his head on the lights, and then he gets caught by Lenny's knee.
Very reminiscent of all those wrestling matches back in Ropers and Fridley when you had about you had the 6-foot ring with the 7-foot ceiling. I remember a Lightning Kid jumping off once from the top turnbuckle. His head actually went completely through the drop ceiling.
There's a storm brewing outside here at the main event, and there's one brewing right here in the ring. Look at the elevation and the power by Lenny Lane holding up Big Daddy Hoofer, letting all that blood rush to his head, and Hoofer's face, as you can see right there, is turning a bright shade of red.
The power of Lenny Lane, he's had him up there now for 20, 25 seconds.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Turns him around.
All that blood rushing to the head of Big Daddy Hoofer. He is in La La Land right now.
Wow, what a suplex to cover.
Are you kidding me?
That was a really fast count, but it still wasn't enough to get Hoofer.
Well, it's obvious. It is very, very obvious who Mago wants to win this match. We don't have an impartial referee in there.
Of course, Mago, as I mentioned earlier, helped Lenny Lane win that title at the St. Cloud Slam. Now trying to help him keep it. Terry Fox, the normal referee, on the shelf after taking that horrendous bump, getting caught by Scotty Zappa in the turnbuckle. Now Lenny Lane picks up Big Daddy Hoofer. Back suplex.
As I'm looking outside, Kyle, we see the wind picking up. I understand we've got some possibility of severe weather on the way here to the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, and we've certainly got a storm brewing here in the ring. Lenny Lane, with the help of a very impartial referee, is just picking this kid apart.
Lenny with another nonchalant cover, and Hoof's able to get out. The crowd getting on Mago's case. If he could count any faster, I think that'd be kind of hard.
Mago came out here before this match. Quick roll up.
Good poise by Hoofer. One. Well, that was at least a 5 count. And Lenny catches him with the clothesline.
At the beginning of this match, Mago came out with the referee stripes on. He said that both Terry Fox and BJ, he couldn't find them in back. He said that they were both out of the room. He agreed to come out and referee. I'd like to go back and find out what happened to Terry Fox.
Backslide. 1, 2, 3.
Wait a minute.
I think Mago pulled him off there almost.
He certainly did. He helped Lenny Lane roll out of that. Nice roll up there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you counted it, Kyle. We had a 4 count before Mago even got down and into position.
Hoofer very easily could have had the belt here tonight at the main event. Now Lenny Lane picks him up. Oh, what a backbreaker.
Well, with the referee the way he is, and considering that this is the first time that Big Daddy Hoofer has wrestled for the heavyweight title, it's just a matter of time before Lenny Lane puts him away. He's having fun with this kid. He's out to teach him a lesson, apparently.
I think it's a great show of guts by Big Daddy Hoofer to continue to fight in there against all these odds, knowing that he probably doesn't stand much of a chance of getting a fair chance to win, yet he's giving it his all anyways and really making a name for himself in singles competition.
You're absolutely right, Kyle. If he wanted to, Big Daddy Hoofer could just walk out of this match, take the 10 count. He'll walk out with the loser's share of the purse, but if he does that, he's not walking out of here with his pride. And he really wants to show Lenny Lane and the rest of the fans here in Fridley what he's made of.
Of course, Lenny, I think, is considering this a warm-up match because next week he's got to take on Mitch Paradise in the big rematch at St. Louis Park at the Parktacular. So I'm surprised that Lenny took this matchup at all. You'd think he'd be resting.
And Mitch Paradise coming off that injury that put him on the shelf for so long. You know he's out for justice. He's out for revenge.
I can't wait to see that matchup, and we've got a great one going on right here at the main event. Our first show back after a few-month absence. We can't wait. We're going to be back here every month, hopefully. Now, Lenny Lane picking up Big Daddy Hoofer. Follows it up with an elbow. Follows it up for another elbow and is asking for silence from the crowd. I guess he's trying to concentrate here. Cover. 1, 2. Really probably a 1 count there. And Hoofer still kicking out.
You know, Kyle, it's been about a year since we've been in this building, since the last wrestling card held here in Fridley, and it's great to be back in the northeast Minneapolis area up here in Fridley, and we have seen so much history come out of this area, and the tradition continues right here at the main event in Fridley. And like you said, every month MIW Wrestling is going to be here. You can get all the information from MinnesotaWrestling.com. We'll give you all the dates. We hope to see you here next time.
And now a whip across. A sleeper hold by Lenny Lane. Of course, I go to MinnesotaWrestling.com almost every day. Sometimes more than once a day. A great source of information.
So you're where I'm getting all those hits from, huh?
Yeah, they had to come from somewhere. Hoofer now could be out here. He's fading fast. Lenny putting all his weight down on the head of Big Daddy Hoofer. Hoofer fighting to get back to his feet. Oh, stunner! Great stunner there. Lenny might have bit his tongue or lost a tooth. He's definitely holding his mouth.
Hoofer may have about 1/10 of the length of experience. I'm talking about just the time they've been in wrestling as Lenny Lane, but that was a veteran maneuver. That was the way you get out of a sleeper hold like that. And it's been a valiant effort from Big Daddy Hoofer. He's trying
Hoofer
to fight
coming
back
back.
now.
Great right. Gets behind him again. Oh, drops him right on the back of his head. Hoofer is fired up. Hoofer, great swinging neck breaker. Lenny could be in trouble again. And the wrestlers from the back have all emptied out here, as you can see, Christian. They're all checking out this great show of guts by Big Daddy Hoofer.
Great top rope lariat. He gets him down for the count, and once again, Mago out of position.
Kick out by Lenny Lane after the very slow count again. The crowd is really getting all over Mago. They really want to see Hoofer have the chance to win this one.
Well, it's been 4 or 5 times now in this match, Kyle, that we've had a new MIW champion in Big Daddy Hoofer, and if it wasn't for that referee, if we had an actual licensed official out here, we would have a new MIW champion.
Oh, what a great move. Hoofer gets out of there. Reverse DDT. That's the count. 1, 2, 3. There, he won the belt. Mago refusing to count. This is just a travesty. When Terry Fox recovers, he better sign a rematch. Might not be necessary. Hoofer going to the top again. Oh! Misses with the Minnesota Jam.
Well, it took everything that Lenny Lane had to move out of the way, but he did it. And then once again, that turns the tide of the match. We said it before, the game of human chess here. That is wrestling.
Looks like he's going for the memory lane. That's it. That's how he won the title. 1, 2, 3.
He was your winner.
No surprise there,
still
as Lenny Lane wins with a lot of help. And really, the story tonight is the great show by Big Daddy Hoofer, making himself a contender here in Minnesota in singles competition.
Well, it's a valiant effort, but Kyle, it was a 2-on-1 matchup basically when you got a corrupt referee in there.
Well, our time is up once again here on Minnesota Wrestling Superstars. I hope you enjoyed our show today. That was a great matchup between Lenny Lane and Big Daddy Hoofer, and we've got more great matches like that next week on Minnesota Wrestling Superstars. So, for the cast and crew, I'm Capital City Kyle. We hope to see you here next week. Minnesota Wrestling Superstars is on the air once again, and we've got two big matchups for you here today. I'm Capital City Kyle, and before we go to the ring, I gotta tell you, on July 14th, MIW returns to the main event in Fridley, Minnesota. We hope to see you there. Right now, we're gonna check out FLWA action. Big Mitch Paradise taking on Tasty Travis Lee.
Well, Travis Lee, Kyle, he spent a lot of time lately wrestling as tag team matches, and he's taken on one of the best, toughest singles competitor in the entire upper Midwest. I don't know why anybody would want to sign a contract to go up against Mitch Paradise.
There's lots of people here in Minnesota trying to make a name for themselves, and many have tried to make it off the name of Mitch Paradise, though none have succeeded. 6'8", at almost 300 pounds, it's Mitch Paradise.
Don't let the nonchalant look on Mitch Paradise's face fool you. This guy is all business when he gets into that squared circle. We have seen him put opponents out of their careers, Kyle, and if Travis Lee is not careful, this could be his final match as a professional wrestler.
You mentioned Travis Lee wrestling in tag team matches a lot lately. He's held many tag team championships across the upper Midwest. Mitch Paradise is heavyweight champion, former heavyweight champion in MIW, a contender here in the FLWA. So, two different styles here coming in today. Power of Mitch Paradise, which we just saw right there, against the speed and agility of Travis Lee. It'll be interesting to see what Travis' strategy here is.
These are the kind of matches I really enjoy when you got a big, powerful guy going up against a finesse wrestler. These are usually great matches. They're fun to watch because each wrestler has got to pull out their very best, pull out their entire arsenal.
Travis Lee, it looks like he's getting frustrated there. Dynamite Joe asking the crowd if Paradise pulled the hair. The crowd doesn't seem to think so.
Mitch Paradise definitely wrestling on the right side of the rule book. You got to watch out for this guy, though. Like we said, a big, powerful wrestler. You got to watch out for that big boot. Once he kicks you in the face, it's pretty much the end of the match.
Paradise,
there it is! This could be over very quickly.
Oh, and he follows it up with a clothesline. And he follows it up with another one. Travis Lee goes to the sand, out to the outside, to receive a little encouragement from his manager there. Paradise follows him right.
Travis Lee going over to get some advice from the Dangerous One, his manager, Don Rue, who apparently subscribes to the same weight loss plan as McCoy Counterfeit.
Could be brothers from different mothers almost. Now Paradise taking a little time on the outside here. Obviously doesn't seem too concerned with Travis Lee, which could be a mistake, because Travis Lee is a top competitor. And now...
Well, no, that's a stupid move.
Oh! And Paradise gets caught with the ropes.
If there's a wrestler in the upper Midwest you don't want to piss off and be on the bad side of, it's Mitch Paradise.
You're right there. And now Travis Lee taking Paradise down with those forearms and sends his head into the turnbuckle, grabbing full head of hair right there in front of Dynamite Joe. But Paradise reverses, and you're right. Look, Paradise is just angry now.
Travis Lee making a big mistake trying to match power for power with Paradise. He's got to do what he just did. Move quick, get out of the way, and stay on top of Paradise.
Now choking out Mitch Paradise there with his foot. Dynamite Joe telling him not to. Now giving Travis Lee giving Dynamite Joe a piece of his mind. As the Dangerous One chokes out Mitch Paradise there. Travis Lee catches Paradise with a drop kick. Dynamite Joe with a quick kick there.
Well, why did Don Rue take his shirt off? Who was he trying to impress?
I don't know. That's a good question there.
I saw a couple of women in the audience get up and leave when he did that.
Travis Lee now whips Paradise across. Paradise reverses another big boot, almost taking off the head of Travis Lee. Paradise now, not really known for going to the top, but he does. Oh, and he gets caught again. Looking for applause. I don't think there's anything to applaud, hitting a man from behind. Now Travis Lee up there. Oh, and Paradise just pushes him back to the mat. Travis Lee comes right back again. That could be a mistake. Paradise pushes him right back down again. And now Paradise back up there on the top rope. Double axe handle, but he gets caught with a punch to the stomach.
Good thinking by Travis Lee, quick stepping out of the way and delivering the punch. And like we said, that's what he's got to do. Strike quick and stay on top. You know, I'm actually impressed. despite the fact that he's got a manager in his corner, at how effective Travis Lee has been against somebody like Mitch Paradise.
Now Travis Lee trying to apply a sleeper lock here, using the ropes for leverage. He needs every advantage he can get right now to beat Mitch Paradise. Dynamite Joe right in there to check to see if Paradise submitted. I don't think he's going to. Paradise drops the arm for the second time. If it goes down again, it could be over. No, Paradise coming back. He's able to power out of it. There's an elbow, a second elbow. Travis finally gives up the hold, but he pulls the hair. Now Travis Lee with a cover. That's not going to be enough to beat Mitch Paradise.
Real sloppy cover, doesn't even hook the leg.
That could be a choke there with the forearm under his chin. Dynamite Joe right in there to double check. Paradise again, trying to get back to his feet. An elbow, a second elbow. Paradise gets away again. Oh, Travis Lee catches him with the knee and takes Paradise over.
Well, Mitch Paradise has not been able to in this match put together a series of maneuvers. Tasty Travis able every time to step around, get a quick shot in there, and take control of the match again.
Now Travis Lee looking to receive a little encouragement before he goes up to the top ropes. High-risk maneuver here coming up. He better watch out. Paradise is getting up on the other side of the ring. Travis Lee yelling to the crowd, isn't paying attention. No! Mitch Paradise threw him 3/4 of the way across the ring.
From 8 feet in the air.
Travis Lee now begging off. You're not going to get any mercy from Mitch Paradise. Paradise whips him across. Ducks under the clothesline. Travis Lee goes for a high cross body. Mitch Paradise looks for the overhead toss. There it is. Tosses him like a sack of potatoes. And Travis Lee begging off now. Mitch Paradise goes right back in. Travis ducks under the clothesline, celebrates. That's a mistake. Looks like the choke slam. Oh, and he's clobbered from behind. Oh! Oh, and a low blow by Travis Lee.
Travis Lee doing a little bit too much celebrating, buddy. You haven't won the match yet.
Oh, Paradise catches him. There he goes. He's going for the ride. Paradise lifts him up, and down goes Travis Lee. Covered by Mitch Paradise.
That's it.
1, 2, 3, it's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner.
Paradise announced the winner of the match. Though a good show by Travis Lee.
Here's your winner,
Action coming to you here on Minnesota
Paradise.
Superstars live from the FLWA show at Alligators. There's Mitch Paradise, your winner. For Christian Daly, this is Capital City Kyle. Stay tuned, everyone. Hey, wrestling fans, if you liked that matchup, we've got more great FLWA action taking place. They return to Alligators July 15th. We want to see you there. We've got one more great matchup today on Minnesota Wrestling Superstars as the FLWA heavyweight champion Lenny Lane defends his title against his old friend and current enemy, Scotty Zappa. Let's go to ringside right now and see what happens.
Like you out here.
Scotty Zappa letting the fans know what he thinks of them. We're just waiting on Soltis for the bell and we're ready to go. Checking out Scotty Zappa there.
You're right when you said two former friends, two former enemies. You never know what these two are up to. For so long, they portrayed themselves as bitter enemies. They swerved the fans. And in the end, ended up being friends again. So whenever you see these two hanging around, whether they're wrestling each other or as a tag team, you never know what to expect from Lenny Lane and Scotty Z.
Here we go. There's the bell, and they circle each other to start. Oh, and a knee by Scotty Zappa early on here. Of course, Lenny Lane won that belt just a few months ago up in Big Lake, Minnesota at Heroes in a three-way dance against Magnus Maximus and former ECW heavyweight champion Jerry Lynn. Oh, good. Flying head scissors and an arm drag, a second arm drag, and Lenny Lane is in control of this one. Zappa goes to the outside, looking for a little break already.
Well, these two know each other so well because they have known each other for so long and have wrestled against and with each other. You're not going to see any surprises here. Each of these guys knows what the other one is going to be doing. It's going to take something real special to win over in this match.
Lenny Lane trying to get the crowd behind him as Zappa just takes his time. Of course, Lenny knows all about those head games. He's pretty good at playing them himself. So I'm sure he's not going to let Zappa get under his skin. But he turns his back. Oh, no! Outthinking Zappa as he charged in. Now hits him with a couple of good rights. Zappa dazed in the turnbuckle. Waits for Lenny to come in, lifts him up, and sends his head into the turnbuckle.
Scotty Zappa able to read the mind of Lenny Lane. He saw what was coming, and a nice maneuver there, turning the tide of this match.
Choking out Lenny Lane there on the rope, or with his foot. Lenny trying to get back to his feet. Now he's choking him on the ropes. Soltis in there laying down the count, rakes his back with his nails. Scotty Zappa, you know, is known for his wrestling ability, but he's willing to brawl with you too, whatever it takes for him to win, and he'd definitely like to win that FLWA Heavyweight Championship here today at Alligators.
One of the premier belts in the Midwest. You know, all the indie wrestlers all over the country, they know the quality of talent here in the Midwest. Everybody wants to come work here in Minnesota and prove what they have against the likes of Scotty Zappa, against the likes of Lenny Lane, people like that. So when you got these two wrestlers, this type of caliber in the main event here, this is really something special for the fans. Like we said, they're always asking to see this match again.
Zappa now in control, whips Lenny across, puts his head down. Lenny looks like he's going for a backslide. Both guys trying to use their power. Lenny gets him over. 1, 2. Lenny now catches him with the boot. Good roll up. 1, 2. Great action here to start off this match as Lenny ducks the clothesline. Oh, but he gets caught with the elbow. And Zappa takes him off his feet. Now Zappa takes a little time for the cover. Only gets a 2 count. Of course, you know, we mentioned here they're fighting tonight. They seemed to be friends last night at the main event show for the MIW, so you just never know what these two are going to bring you.
All these wrestlers here in the Midwest, they've got those open contracts. They're letting the bookers put together the card, and you know these two, you know that they like wrestling each other because that opponent, if it's a friend of yours, it just ends up taking it to the next level.
Great rivalry brewing between these two for almost the last 4 or 5 years. They pretty much came up at the same time together here in Minnesota. Zappa now choking, or got the almost a modified camel clutch, or an attempt at it there.
Scotty Zappa using that weight advantage. He doesn't have too many more pounds over Lenny Lane, but what he has, he's going to use to his effect here. Just breaking that back in half, stretching it out. Lenny trying to power out of it.
Lenny gets up to his feet. Zappa ducks Zappa's clothesline. Now high cross body. Couldn't keep him down though, and Zappa gets him with the clothesline that time.
Scotty Zappa just so powerful, such a great wrestler. You know, we have talked about it before, that this guy, for so many years, really tried to find the right gimmick for himself. He came out as a baseball player. He spent some time under a mask and tried to get himself over with the fans. When he finally decided just to be Scotty Zappa, that's what took him to the next level. And since then, since deciding just to be himself, he's really been successful here in the Midwest.
You're right there, and of course he's coming off a great match last Monday night, teaming up with Magnus Maximus to take on the Minnesota Stretching Crew, Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin, in what was one of the most popular matches from last Monday night's Raw taping here at the WWF. And the WWF has been taking a serious look at him for at least a year now.
Caliber of talent we hear out in the Midwest, but now Scotty Zappa using those ropes to an advantage and very quickly getting out of the way when he sees Jay Soltis popping up to check on it.
Put those legs right back up on the ropes there. Soltis finally catching him. Demands that the hold be broken, and now he just starts kicking Lenny Lane as he's down. Then goes right back to the choking. Zappa cutting as many corners as possible to win this matchup tonight. Not really letting Lenny off the mat, which is smart because Lenny's speed advantage probably could get him back into this match at any moment. Zappa now with the sleeper hold.
Cal, that could do it. He's got it cinched in right in the middle of the ring. There is nowhere for Lane to go.
Look at the way he's just putting all that weight onto Lenny's head, making sure that what did you say, 270 probably, at least of Zappa?
He's right in that 270, 275 pound range.
Zappa now really cinched in. Lenny doesn't seem to have anywhere to go.
Now Lenny's in La La Land right now. It's just a matter of time. When that arm goes down for the third time, this match is over and we've got a new champ.
The crowd thinks Lenny's out. I wouldn't count him out that fast. The hand stays up on the third drop. Lenny trying to come back. Zappa just clinching it even harder now.
Lenny trying to hulk up here.
Oh, good jawbreaker by Lenny Lane. As he's finally able to break that hold. Now both combatants on the mat. Both guys crawling around trying to get back to their feet. Zappa up first. Lenny blocks the punch, blocks it again. Clothesline, Lenny ducks it. Flying forearm by Lenny Lane. Swinging neck breaker. Lenny's coming back. He goes for the cover.
That's it.
Oh, almost there. Lenny Lane almost had it. Lenny Lane picks him up. Zappa able to escape, and he pushes Lenny into Soltis. Soltis goes down. Oh, jawbreaker.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
As if Soltis wasn't in enough pain.
Well, that got the biggest cheer out of the crowd of the whole afternoon.
I think Zappa now going for the cover. That's a 3 count there. Soltis in no condition to make the count, though.
Well, I don't think that Scotty Zappa was aware that Soltis was standing right behind Lenny Lane. He just shoved him out of the way.
Now he's slapping Soltis around. Some might say Soltis deserves that, but it's a quick way to get yourself disqualified.
I think everybody would agree Soltis deserves that, but maybe not in the ring.
Memory Lane coming up.
He got it. He nailed it. That's it.
1, 2, 3. Lenny Lane wins and retains the FLWA Heavyweight Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Lenny Lane's your winner once again.
ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and still FLWA World Heavyweight Champion, Luscious Lenny Lane.
Well, I'm sure that's not going to be the end of this one either. But Lenny Lane walks out victorious again here tonight at Alligators. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope to see you at our next show. For Christian Daney, this is Capital City Kyle.
If he's got to be out here, at least he's going to be neutralized.
Well, there they are. There's the handcuffs. Promoter Terry Fox handing referee Dynamite Joe Erickson.
Of course, it's not really fair.
Why is he handing out? Why did he hand McCoy? Why did he hand him the handcuffs and he stuck them in his pocket? McCoy just stuck. Now wait a second.
Those don't look like handcuffs to me.
Now wait just a second.
Those are pretty flimsy over there.
No,
I don't think those get around his gargantuan wrist.
Kyle, they say that the mind is the first thing to go, but I would swear that when McCoy took the handcuffs and stuffed them in his pocket, he put them in his right pocket, and he just pulled a pair of handcuffs out of his left pocket. Maybe I'm seeing things. Maybe I jumped backwards, but
He's Merlin now.
I think he switched the handcuffs.
Well, I would have passed him. That's Slimeball, McCoy counterfeit. Arguing now.
I can't remember what pocket he stuck them in.
Something's not right here, but here we go. We're ready for action. This will be a great matchup, Christian. Of course, Autumn Hayes, just a few months here in wrestling in Minnesota, had her debut match against the lovely Lacey up in St. Cloud, Minnesota not too long ago. It really looked impressive against Lacey, even though Lacey came out on top, and has been looking for another matchup since. And here we go.
Well, as the majors go, so do the indies. For a long, long time, women's wrestling was out of style. Nobody wanted to see it, and the WWF, WCW, they buried it, and so on the independent level, you didn't see a lot of ladies wrestling. Now it's starting to come back. It's coming back in a big way, and we've got two great young ladies here that really want to prove themselves here in St. Louis Park.
Hayes, I think, stuck a finger in the eye of Lacey as Lacey's in trouble, then grabbed the hair and is now choking her on the ropes. Breaking every rule she can possibly here, right already in the beginning of this matchup. Hayes now sends Lacey's head into the turnbuckle and is now coming over and distracting Dynamite Joe. Lacey right over by McCoy counterfeit, and McCoy's falling out of his shirt. That's disgusting.
Oh, wait a minute. He got out of the cuffs. I knew it. He switched the handcuffs.
Dynamite Joe needs to pay a little more attention there.
I knew I was right. He put the regulation handcuffs from Terry Fox in one pocket. He took a different pair out, and he's slipping in and out of those handcuffs as he likes.
We need to get Commissioner Terry Fox back out here. Now Hayes just leveling Lacey with a couple of good shoulder blocks there. And sends her halfway across the ring by her hair.
Well, every time referee Dynamite Joe looks over into the corner, he sees McCoy counterfeit handcuffed. As far as he's concerned, those are the right handcuffs, and we have a legal match.
Good arm drag there by Lacey as Autumn Hayes goes down. Oh, another one. Hip toss that time. Cover. 1, 2. Oh, Lacey almost had her. So much to the delight of the crowd, but Hayes able to kick out at the last second. Now Hayes with a big reversal. Charges in. Oh! Lacey's able to move out of the way. Hayes gets caught with another arm drag. That time Lacey grabs the arm. Great show, great display here by Lacey early on in the beginning of the match. Both of these ladies looking very impressive.
Lacey continued to work on that left arm of Autumn Hayes, the classic old school style of wrestling. You take away one of the wheels and your opponent's going to be ineffective.
Of course, Minnesota Wrestling Superstars is the only Minnesota wrestling show that's going to bring you hot lady action. We don't have men wrestling women on our show.
We can't show that, can we? Oh, you mean this kind of action?
This action here, Christian.
I thought you were talking one of those pay-per-view channels again.
Now Lacey. Good arm wringer there. Hayes seems to be in trouble as Lacey just continues to dominate her and work over the arm. Great moves right there.
Well, as long as Lacey stays out of the corner, as long as she stays away from the flaw handcuff McCoy counterfeit, I think she's going to be okay in this match.
Now Lacey with the forearm.
Nice roll-up.
1, 2. Oh, Hayes able to get out there. And Hayes goes right over and rakes the eyes again. It seems all the offense Autumn Hayes has had in this match has been devious at best.
Well, here she goes. She's dragging her over.
Her out in front of McCoy counterfeit.
Keep your eyes on McCoy. And here he goes.
He's fiddling with
Once again, he's out of the handcuffs. He's out of the handcuffs. Joe, turn around. McCoy is out.
Come on, Dynamite Joe, turn around. Hayes perfectly distracting Dynamite Joe.
I've got in mind, I'm going to go over there and pop him in the nose.
Well, we know you and McCoy Counterfeit have had your problems in the past, Christian.
You know, I want to see his managerial license. He comes out here purporting to represent Lacey and Johnny Parks. I have asked to see his managerial license. He pulls out a coupon from the 7-Eleven and he walks away. I don't think he's a licensed manager. Somebody get the promoter over here.
Hayes now in control of this matchup. Picks Lacey up and sends her across. Oh, Lacey, small package. 1, 2. Oh, Hayes is able to kick out again.
That was a 2.5, almost a 3 count there. Autumn Hayes able to get out of it at the last second.
Now Hayes gets whipped in. Lacey catches her. Oh, good spinning kick. Levels Autumn Hayes.
You've paid to have women do that to you, haven't you?
Well, not exactly that. Wait a second, I don't pay. No, that's McCoy's gimmick. Anyways, hook of the leg by Lacey. Now Lacey picking Autumn Hayes back up. Whips Hayes into the corner. Lacey follows her in. Big splash by Lacey. And Hayes is in trouble, and it looks like she might have hurt her arm there, Christian.
Wait, here comes McCoy! Here comes McCoy! He's out of the handcuffs again!
Lacey, turn around! No!
He's got that other pair of handcuffs. He's got the legal pair of handcuffs, and he just hit Lacey in the head with it.
Dynamite. Oh, Hayes covers her. 1, 2.
Come on, ring the bell.
That's highway robbery. That's all that is. Oh, I think the crowd's gonna riot.
that won the match.
Some kid at ringside trying to help Dynamite Joe with his job. Everybody else in the place saw it but Dynamite Joe.
It's a travesty of justice every time McCoy and Autumn are out here. I am just sick of these two.
We're almost out of time here on Minnesota Wrestling Superstars, but before we go, I gotta tell you once again, MIW returns to the main event in Fridley, Minnesota on July 14th. The next day, FLWA at Alligators in Maple Grove. It's 2 big days of action in 1 big weekend, and we hope to see you there. So for the cast and crew of Minnesota Wrestling Superstars, I'm Capital City Kyle, and we'll see you again here next week. That matchup on TV. Welcome wrestling fans once again to Minnesota Wrestling Superstars, and I am Capital City Kyle. We're out here to the monument of consumerism, the Mall of America, to find the one thing they say if you need it, it's here at the mall. We need the best of Terry Fox, so we're here at the mall to find it. But before we go in there today to check that out, well, I gotta tell you about August 4th. At the main event in Fridley, Minnesota, you're gonna see Nick Bockwinkel, former AWA heavyweight champion of the world, is making a special appearance at the main event. We hope to see you there. It's 3 p.m. bell time on August 4th. Capital City Kyle will be there, and all the stars of Minnesota Wrestling Superstars, so you had better be there. Now, I gotta get inside and start looking for this tape, so we're gonna take you to the ring right now and check out some fantastic action. So stick around, everyone, and we'll be back. Let's go to the ring. Action here at the main event is our opening match. There's the bell, and it's Big Daddy Hoofer taking on JB Trask.
No, Johnny Parks.
I'm sorry, Johnny Parks.
It's easy to make that mistake.
Yes,
they look so much alike, these two brothers. This should be a fantastic matchup. You know, Johnny Parks coming here to the MIW, busting his way through that light heavyweight ranks. We saw him take care of business last month here in Fridley against Robbie Thunder, and this time, though, he's going up against somebody who a lot of people might say is still a rookie, but has shown us a lot of improvement and a lot of heart in the past couple of years. Big Daddy Hoofer.
Hoofer coming off a great match against MIW heavyweight champion Lenny Lane last time here at the main event. So he's fired up. Parks has recently been feuding with Robbie Thunder, as he alluded to, or as was alluded to in his introduction. Wasn't able to win the Cruiserweight title in numerous tries recently, but it always put on a great show and came close on numerous occasions. Actually had it won at one point, but the referee reversed the decision when he refused to give up, when was told to get off of Robbie Thunder there.
Well, there you see the mental psycho learning so well from his brother Johnny Park, taking his time outside the ring, getting Big Daddy Hoofer all worked up. He has learned at the knee of the master. Of course, I'm talking about his brother JB Trask, who we've seen battle so many classic matches and use that psych out so well to win matches. Johnny Park just continuing that family tradition.
Parks with a headbutt there, and Hoofer goes down. I'm sure he's got a pretty hard head there. And now Parks is going to toss him out to the outside.
Well, that is the last place that Big Daddy Hoofer wants to be, because now not only is Johnny Park going out there, but JB Trask has his eye on Big Daddy Hoofer as well.
And this has been a pretty drastic change for Parks since he came back from Australia. When he came back at first, when we saw him up at Big Lake at Heroes, he seemed like a pretty nice guy. I got to talk to him before the show. It was clean cut, And in just a few weeks of being back around JB Trask, look what he's turned into. He's a degenerate, if you will.
JB Trask has that effect on people. I'm sure if we had to sit with JB for a long time, we'd turn out the same way too. Count it 2. Hoofer not able to put him away.
Hoofer picks him up again. Good body slam there. And follows it up with a great leg drop. Covers him. 1, 2. BJ right there to count it. But he didn't hook a leg.
Well, whoever ends up the winner of this match has got to be considered the #1 contender to that light heavyweight strap, that MIW Cruiserweight Championship, now around the race of Robbie Thunder. We're going to see Robbie defend that later on this afternoon against Dredge. I've never heard of this wrestler, Dredge. I don't even know where he hails from, but apparently he's the protege of McCoy Counterfeit.
Yeah, I was trying to get some information out of Counterfeit before the show. You know, I wanted to talk to this guy, find him. But Counterfeit had him locked away somewhere in the bag.
You know how you get info out of McCoy?
How's
you
that?
got to bribe him with food.
Oh, there you go. I didn't think about that. So he was all hush-hush, wouldn't tell me anything about this guy, so I'll be interested to see who that is. Oh, God, what a clothesline there. Caught him right on the throat. And Hoofer's out. Cover 1, 2. Hoofer has enough sense to lift up the shoulder at the last second. And now Parks choking him. BJ getting right in there. Breaks it right away, but now BJ being distracted by JB Trask.
Reggie Parks going right back in for that choke. The referee turned around. Come on, turn around, BJ.
BJ, I don't know what JB's trying to tell him up there, but he's not paying any attention at all. And that's allowing Parks to just sit in there and choke out the life of Big Daddy Hoofer. And Hoofer's gasping for breath, as you can see there. Good snap bear. Oh, and a drop kick to the back.
Well, it's obvious that Big Daddy, I'm sorry, that Reggie Parks not only taking some stalling and mental psych-out lessons from his brother J.B. Trask, but also taking some wrestling lessons from J.B. Trask. Both these wrestlers not only look alike, they talk alike, they also wrestle alike. Ducking the clothesline. Oh! And Hoofer delivered with a big clothesline of his own.
The crowd responds. They like that.
And that could be the move that turns the tide of the match.
Looks like he's going for the splatter platter. 1, 2.
I could do it.
Snapmare.
Big Daddy Hoofer trying to put together a series of maneuvers.
There you go.
Nice submission maneuver there. That could do it.
A little too close to the ropes. And Trask puts the foot on the ropes. BJ not paying attention. Hoofer knows what's going on, though. And Hoofer doesn't like that, but it gets Parks the chance to rake his eyes. And BJ now being distracted by Parks.
It's that Trask family unity. It's always been the motto of JB Trask. Do anything you can to win. It's obviously been passed down to JB Parks. Oh,
X
man.
Factor. That could be it. Cover. 1, 2. Hoofer kicks out again. And now Parks picking him back up by the hair. Looks like it's going to be a DDT. Oh, right on his head. Now he drags him out into the center of the ring. Off the ropes. Good moonsault. 1, 2. Oh, unbelievable.
Kyle, I don't think he got all that moonsault that he wanted. You know, it's a lot of wrestlers having trouble adjusting to the different sized rings that you see here in the Upper Midwest. We've got 20-foot rings, 16-foot rings, 18-foot rings, and Reggie Parks, or Johnny Parks, timing just a little bit off there. That's got to do it.
I don't know how Hoofer continues to take this punishment. He's been dumped on his head probably at least 3 or 4 times.
Well, Big Daddy Hoofer, a resilient wrestler, he knows that he's got to win this match to stay in competition for that MIW Cruiserweight title. Moves out of the way.
Johnny Parks gets hit right on, I don't know if it was his head or his throat, but he had full contact with that turnbuckle.
And now Hoofer back in control. Great drop kick. Hoofer on fire. Rolls him over. He's up on the second. No, to make that the top rope. Here comes the splash. That's it. Frog splash. It's all. 1, 2. No. Oh, and Hoofer can't believe it either. Parks somehow gets out of that at the very last
Hoofer is doing everything he can to put Parks away, and you can see the frustration on his face.
Oh! That looked like a car wreck right in midair.
Both men have the same idea. Both were going for that cross body block, and both men now. Kyle, you got to imagine what that does to your midsection. Both these men could have a couple of broken ribs.
At least. I'm sure they have at least the wind knocked out of them as both guys are down. 1, 2. Hoofer still gets up the arm. Both guys giving it their all here to try and pull it out a win. Oh, good jawbreaker. And now Hoofer being distracted by JB, and JB levels him a couple times. But somehow he gets back up. Suplex. He's going to the well again.
He's going up there, but he's in the corner of Trask. Oh, no.
BJ was checking on Johnny Parks, and Trask was able to throw Hoofer off the turnbuckle there. Now Parks is going up. Diving headbutt. Parks thinks it's over. He picks him up by the hair. Drives his head into his knee.
Well, I don't understand why Parks isn't going for the cover. Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa.
He wanted to set him up for that DDT.
What's Trask doing now? JB Trask up on the top rope. Hoofer.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
Hoofer.
What
Hoofer
a reversal.
reversed it. Hoofer reversed it.
2, 3, it's over. What a victory for Big Daddy Hoofer. Hoofer with a great reversal.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, Big Daddy Hoofer.
Well, I was finally able to find it, that ever-elusive best of Terry Fox. It was right here at the Pro Wrestling Shop. They guaranteed me it has every one of his good matches on there. Wait a second, it's blank. There's nothing even in here. I can't believe it. They guaranteed me it had every one of Terry Fox's good matches in here. Well, I guess they probably are. Anyways, we're going to the ring right now. We've got a great matchup between JB Trask taking on K-Train live from the main event. Let's go to the ring right now and check that out. Well, they're not even going to wait for the introduction.
Well, I didn't even get a chance to introduce JB Trask, but we do have basically a continuation here of the first match. We have the other half of the Lost Souls, JB Trask taking on the other half of the MIW Tag Team Champions in K-Train.
In case you're just joining us, fans, this is Capital City Kyle along with Christian Dady live at the main event. You're watching us on Minnesota Wrestling Superstars. And as Dady said, we just saw Johnny Parks taking on Big Daddy Hoofer, and Hoofer pulled out a victory. Trask grabbing the mic, demanding K-Train, the other half of the Tag Team Champions, come out here. K-Train didn't even wait and responded right away, hurt him in the back, and we have a match.
Well, I don't know if this is even an officially sanctioned match by the MIW commissioner, or if this is just a spur of the moment. Luckily, we had referee BJ Van Buren standing by, but we do have a match going on in the ring, and so far, even after that beatdown we saw at the beginning, it's been all K-Train.
That's one of the greatest things about coming to live events here in Minnesota and all along the indie scene. You never know what's going to happen, and matches break out at any moment. And I got to say, K-Train has quite the advantage early on here.
Well, we're going to see if K-Train can pull out a victory like his partner did against all odds. You see it right now. It's basically a 2-on-1 match, even though K-Train has Trask in the ring. You've got Parks out there keeping watch over his brother.
K-Train sends Parks down to the seats. And now he works over Trask in the corner. And it looks like Trask is going to see another turnbuckle.
Crowd solidly behind K-Train. This is his hometown crowd. He hails from right here in Fridley, Minnesota.
K-Train has always been a favorite here at the main event.
1, 2, and 2.
And seems, as we've mentioned many times, has a bit of a personality change.
There it is. There's the K-Train. Oh!
Trask well scouted that move. Saw it coming, got out of the way.
Well, J.B. Trask, not the biggest wrestler, not the most powerful wrestler in the Upper Midwest, but I would wager money one of the smartest wrestlers in the Upper Midwest. Very smart, very crafty. He's been in this business for well over a decade. He has seen it all, done it all. I mean, he's wrestled against people like Horace the Psychopath. He had a long-running feud against Jerry Lynn. He's been everywhere. He's seen it all. And you see right now, he's giving a wrestling lesson to K-Train.
Parks offering him encouragement. And now Trask choking him out there. BJ right in there to break it up.
Well, Parks trying to tell referee BJ Van Buren that there's nothing wrong with the chokehold.
Well, maybe those are Australian rules we're not familiar with.
Well, that makes about as much sense as Australian rules football. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Trask with the cover. 1, 2. K-Train kicks out.
J.B. Trask would have had that if he had only hooked that leg.
Trask picks him right back up now, sends him across. K-Train up and over. Tries to get him. That's it. 1. Oh, Trask out right away. Oh, and hits K-Train.
K-Train trying to use that size and power advantage he's got over J.B. Trask. You know, J.B. Trask, like we said, very smart, very crafty, and one of the best super kicks in the business. He lands that, and the match is over.
And keep your eye on Johnny Parks. He seems ready to jump in here at any moment, as you can see. He's up on that apron. I don't like what's going on there.
Well, Kyle, you and I know that the referee, B.J. Van Buren... Oh, there we see him! Once again, I just started to say that B.J. Van Buren has the discretion to send Johnny Parks back to the locker room if he wants to. There it is! There's the super kick. That's got to do it.
The crowd respects that. And Trask now could cover him. He's taking his time there, finally. Nonchalant cover. 1, 2. K-Train easily powers out of that.
Well, J.B. Trask
1, 2.
could have had this match won. All he needed to do after the super kick was immediately go over and cover. He wasted too much time.
Now Trask sends K-Train. Oh, double clothesline. Both guys go down. And BJ lays down the count. Could be whichever guy gets to their feet first.
K-Train trying to get the crowd behind him. Johnny Parks solidly there in support of his brother.
Trask kicks K-Train. K-Train reverses the whip though. Up, down.
Great sit-out powerbomb, but does K-Train have enough to capitalize?
K-Train trying to get there. He seems disoriented. It's going the wrong way. Trying to get up, pulls himself up by the ropes. Still trying to get back to his feet. Now he goes for the cover. 1, 2. Trask able to kick out there at the last second.
Well, Johnny Parks doing everything he can to distract referee B.J. Van Buren in this match, and so far, oh my God!
What a clothesline!
Well, somebody in the second row, check your lap for J.B. Trask's head, because K-Train just took it off with that clothesline. Jesus!
K-Train seems angry. Body slam with authority. K-Train now pulling JB up by the hair. Whips him across, kick, stunner. That has to be it. Trask seems to be out cold. Cover, 1, 2. Johnny Parks distracts BJ there at the last second. BJ needs to send him out of here.
K-Train would have had that match won if it hadn't been for Johnny Parks coming in from the outside.
And now JB Trask is up. He's got something in his hand.
He certainly does. Trask just pulled something out of his shorts.
I don't know what that is. I can't see it from here, but K-Train better watch out.
Well, K-Train's got it.
Yeah, he does. Oh, JB goes down. What's going on?
What was that? What was that?
K-Train gets caught with the knocks or whatever that is.
I think BJ Van Buren is calling for the DQ. We need a referee's official decision here.
JB Trask outside the K-Train. And now Johnny Parks is in. Wait, here comes Big Daddy Huffer to make the save. Huffer throws a chair in. Here he comes with another one. And the Grimm brothers go running. JB Trask and Johnny Parks want nothing to do with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee's official decision as a result of a disqualification, your winner, J.B. Trask.
To go here, Christian Dady, at the main event in Fridley, Minnesota. I'm Capital City Kyle. You're watching Minnesota Wrestling Superstars. And it's quite a special occasion here on the Minnesota indie scene as we see Travis Sharp there in the red and black. His debut match here for MIW.
It's always exciting to call somebody's first match. I had the chance to do it with a lot of wrestlers around here, including X-Pac. Had the chance to call Lenny Lane's first ever match here in the state of Minnesota. Now, if this guy looks familiar to you, Travis Sharp, it's because for the past 2-3 years, he's been one of the voices of Minnesota independent wrestling as the ring announcer, but like so many of us, caught the wrestling bug, went to training camp, and we're seeing him make his debut here in Fridley at the main event.
Word out of the Terry Fox camp is that he's quite an impressive young man here in the Twin Cities, hailing from St. Paul, Minnesota. Everybody's had positive things to say about him. I gotta say that.
Well, Terry Fox, one of the trainers of champions. So many wrestlers coming out of the Terry Fox training camp has found their way to the major league. Travis Sharp wants his chance at the big time too, so he signed up and he's showing us something here now. Hanging on to the arm of stunning Jeremy Hallberg, not letting it go. This is good. This is good fundamental scientific type wrestling here, working on the arm of Jeremy Hallberg.
Sharp dominating early here in his debut matchup, looking really good working that arm against an impressive guy, Jeremy Hallberg from up in the Iron Range, well known up there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you haven't had a chance to see Hallberg before, this guy has quite the reputation, an infamous reputation coming from the Iron Range. He has hurt a lot of his opponents up there in the Iron Range Championship Wrestling, and you know, he's got that open contract. He likes taking on the rookies. He likes teaching them a lesson, and that's why he agreed to go up against Travis Sharp in his very first match.
Hallberg charges across and finishes it with an elbow there. Welcoming Sharp to the pro wrestling world the hard way, and now he works the headlock, or the chin lock. BJ and the Bear there, our referee, checking to make sure it's not a choke.
Oh, Travis Sharp learning the hard way now what it is to be in the ring against a seasoned veteran. You know, you can see him taking the bumps in training camp. You can see him learning how to try not to get hurt and learning all the maneuvers. But the training camp, no matter how long you go through it, is nothing like that first time you step in the ring. You talk to any wrestler, no matter how long they went through the training camp, and you ask them what their first match was like, they'll tell you it was hell.
And especially against a guy like Jeremy Hallberg, who's going to pull out all the stops to win. I mean, they don't teach you in training camp how to block the eye gouge and, you know, how to cheat or how to block all the cheating moves that Hallberg's going to use. So that's something you're going to have to learn on your own, and Hallberg's a master at that.
Travis Sharp trying to muscle his way out of that headlock to the ropes.
Powers.
He got out of it.
Swings again. Levels him that time, though. Picks him up. Crowd responding greatly to Sharp. They like him. Picks him up for another body slam. And now he pulls the leg out from Hallberg. Hallberg just charging at him. Arm drag and hip toss. There's the arm drag. And there he goes right back to the arm.
Well,
yeah,
Travis
very
Sharp,
impressive.
Travis has got to use that slight height advantage. Both these men weigh in at that 221, 223 mark, very evenly matched in their size. Travis maybe has 1 or 2 inches in height on Stunning Jeremy, but the deciding factor in this match might be is the fact that Stunning Jeremy Hallberg is a veteran. This is Travis Sharp's very first match. Travis has got to think on his feet. He's got to stay alert, or his very first match will be a defeat.
You can obviously see Sharp's a big guy, and I got to say early on here, I'm very impressed with the agility he's showing. I thought he was going to be a pure power wrestler, but he's been very quick on his feet.
Well, that's what you see coming out of Terry Fox's training camp. He doesn't teach his wrestlers just how to be power wrestlers. He teaches them the fundamentals as well. This is wrestling, after all. That is the name on the marquee.
Hammerlock there now. Sharp. Hellberg complaining. Oh! And while BJ is checking the time, he went down low. We'll just say it that way. And Sharp now in trouble.
Showing the experience of stunning Jeremy Hallberg, distracting the referee, making him turn around to look at the timekeeper and getting a low blow in there on Travis Sharp. Travis right now in a world of trouble, and like we said, it's his first match right out of the gates. It was a valiant effort. He's doing everything he can, but it looks right now like Jeremy Hallberg's going home the winner.
Hallberg's been in control here for a couple minutes, but there's a reversal. Oh, look at the authority. He ricocheted out of there, sends him across the third time, and Hallberg goes up and over. Holy cow.
Very impressive series of maneuvers there. Very simple, just Irish whips from Travis Sharp, but effective. They sent Hallberg over to the top.
Amazing power, just tossing Hallberg right over the top rope and follows him up. Hallberg's very used to working on the outside of the ring, though. Sharp whips Hallberg into the post there. And now getting back in. Gonna make Hallberg get in on his own. And BJ lays down the count now. And the crowd riding on BJ. And now Sharp giving him some space. Hallberg taking a little rest.
No, you don't.
BJ telling, now Hallberg saying he wants to be disqualified. BJ grabbing Hallberg. I've never seen this before.
Hallberg could have taken the easy way out. He could have taken the 10 count and given Jeremy a win, but the referee, BJ Van Buren, he knows how important it is.
I don't know. I think it's the best decision he's made all night, though.
Hallberg asking us if it's okay for the referee to do it. It's referee's discretion, pretty much.
Anything goes in MIW. Ref is the final official, and now the crowd riding Hallberg. He doesn't like that.
So Hallberg wanted to take the easy way out. He wanted to walk away with a 10 count. He still gets paid. What does he care? But the referee, BJ Van Buren, he knows how important it is to Travis Sharp to wrestle this match cleanly, fairly, and win or lose, give it his best effort. He wants to see a conclusion to this match as much as the fans do.
And I don't know if Hallberg was really going to take that count out. I think he's just playing mind games. He didn't drive all this way down here to lose. He's trying to make a name for himself in the cities because he knows that's where people see you. And right here on Minnesota Wrestling Superstars, great reverse neck breaker there, or swinging neck breaker. And now covers them, grabs the leg. 1, 2, Sharp powers out though. Now Hallberg pulling him back up.
Well, Kyle, win, lose, or draw, I'm impressed with what we've seen from Travis Sharp. You know, we've seen so many rookie matches from wrestlers.
Oh.
They get in with a veteran wrestler, and 30 seconds later, they're out of their loser to the 3 count or a submission. Travis Sharp, he's been in there 10 minutes now with the seasoned veteran. Oh!
Full head of steam there, follows it up with a clothesline. Trask goes to the other side, looks to do it again. Sharp moves out of the way. Roll up. 1, 2, 3.
He got him!
What a huge victory for Travis Sharp.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Travis Sharp!
His debut match, and it's a victory over the veteran, stunning Jeremy Hallberg.
Can you believe that? Can you believe it? I go in there and ask them for the best of Terry Fox, and they try to sell me one of those lousy best of backyard tapes. Terry Fox isn't backyard. Terry Fox is a living legend here in the state of Minnesota. Well, folks, that's all the time we have here for today on Minnesota Wrestling Superstars. Turn in next week when we got another great show. And let me remind you, one last time, August 4th, the main event, Fridley, Minnesota. You got to be there. We've got a great MIW Tag Team Championship main event with special guest referee, NCWA former champion Nick Bockwinkel. We hope to see you there. It's going to be an amazing day of action. August 4th, 3 o'clock bell time for all the cast and crew here on Minnesota Wrestling Superstars. I'm Capital City Kyle. We'll see you next week, wrestling fans.